What's going on, fellow YouTube and friends, my subscribers? Trying to get my equipment together here, but my home PC mostly sits up, so I guess that's why things booting up kind of slow. Squeaky clean and antivirus and all that, but you know, some you don't know how to use. I guess it'll kind of take its time about up and functioning. But moving on, mainly just coming on here to elaborate as always about the times we in and sometimes share reflections that I have or come to thought. And I share quite a few with others, and I feel like, man, this good dialogue, this discussion that's being had amongst other people, why not bring it on here for those who follow us and just like to view my vids every now and then. Also have insight on what's being spoken and discussed. And of course, the end times, of course, been speaking about that in advance. And as you can see, a lot of it is reaching the surface. And like I spoke on the Great Awakening, this is what's happening. So many people have despised righteousness. So many people have made fun of what's good. And it's just so crazy how those who have the opportunity to do good mock and make fun of it, and they see others prospering from it, and all of a sudden hating on this person and being jealous. And it goes from doubting this person that they capable to shocked and amazed at this person that they are capable and able to being jealous and going against this person, which that's one of the common trends a lot of people when it comes to judging, which now the spirit lead me where I want to go. One of those elaborations about when it comes to judging is if you have an ex anybody, if you have an ex friend, an ex cousin, ex girlfriend or boyfriend or cousin, of course ex husband or wife, that automatically makes you unqualified to judge because you have an ex. You would have got it right the first time. And those who did, somewhat I say, get it right the first time, it was not their judgment that led them to being with somebody for 50 plus years being married. It was actually being led to that person, and it just happened by coincidence. A lot of couples that went the distance to 50 to 75 years of marriage would tell you that it just happened all of a sudden. They weren't looking for it. And normally love, of course, you can't find love. Love finds you. The same way with trouble, right? You know, you don't have to look for trouble. Trouble will look for you. You look for trouble, trouble will find you quicker than you find it. So, but same way with love. You don't have to seek it. It'll seek you. You just have to receive it. Be prepared to receive it and embrace it. So, but not trying to give a love letter here, but just like I said, elaborate. But mainly, like I said, the times we in is no surprise at what you're seeing. The weather, it speaks about that. In one of the four gospels, I always say Matthew, but it's a lot more going on in Matthew. But it is in Matthew. So even though John documented a little bit more, but it speaks about in Matthew chapter 24, I believe it's chapter 24 where it speaks about the end times. And one of the, I think like 24 and 26 or somewhere around that range, it talks about storms and hurricanes, tornadoes. It talks about peculiar weather in diverse places, meaning you see catastrophes happen in places you never thought it would happen. Where, as you can see, it is definitely happening in places you never thought it would happen. You're seeing lawlessness amongst the youth and all this other stuff. So, like I said, it's prophecy. So I'm just basically just kind of giving people a heads up of what's going on, the times we in, and to just give them a sense of comfort to know that if you're a believer, yeah, we gonna endure hardships. Yeah, we gonna get challenged. Yeah, the demon that's influencing people is gonna try to attack and pick and poke, and you like, I ain't do nothing to this person. Why they hate me? Why they dislike me? Because it's the demon in them that dislikes the angel in you. Anytime a person can dislike you without having a conversation with you, without a logical reason of disliking you, meaning, what's the logical reason? Is you do something to provoke them to anger. You being antagonistic. You provoked it. You brought that out of them. That's different. You always been annoying, a nuisance. Yeah. I mean, that right there will make a person not like you. It's logical. Hey, this person is always annoying. They're a nuisance. They always like to start crap, which I know that's a word y'all rather hear me say, but it's better than the other one. They like to start a whole bunch of nonsense, and it end up leading, to you not liking this person. Like, man, I really can't stand this MF. I really can't. So, but yeah, that's logical. But when it comes to a person that's introvert, that stay to themselves, that don't bother nobody, that's fully committed and always get the best and try to do the best at everything they try to do, and people dislike them, that's really them disliking themselves. There's really insecurities within themselves as well, because and self-esteem issues, because anytime you dislike somebody because they stay to themselves, you know or they seem like they antisocial people, a little bit of reminder, like, have we forgotten that some people are private? Me personally, let me start with me, right? I'm introverted, I'm private. Why? By preference, because if the environment shows me that I can't open up and loosen up, to be spontaneous, to be charismatic, to be outspoken, how I like to be a lot of times, then I'm going to choose to be introvert. Not that being introverted is something that I enjoy. It's basically a part of me as a defense mechanism against negativity entering into my spirit and entering into my character. So those who I notice that's negative, that's judgmental, that basically don't give you an opportunity to show who you are. Some people have this know-it-all mindset, is if they know exactly who you are and what you're about by mere perception. It's still a lot of good people in this world. Still a lot of good in this world, but within people, it's just a lot of those people are not allowed to be kind or allowed to be good, because they have to battle stereotypes or preconceived notions that's been formed about this person. And it's like, if you allow me to be me, you'll realize you will discover a unique, warm-hearted, charismatic person that's enjoyable to be around, that's enjoyable to have conversations with. I have literally had to pull away from people who was enjoying the warmth of the conversation that we have, and they was enjoying how much I was elaborating and just connecting with them mentally, that I have to pull away because, being on a time limit, if I'm at work or wherever, hey, I gotta go, and they just keep going and going and going, and they don't want to detach. And it's like, I know what that is. It's them embracing a person and enjoying being in the presence of a person who has wisdom, who has intellect, who is empathetic, know how to empathize with personal emotions. So it's very rare to be around people who basically, in a nutshell, understands. Because there's a lot of people in this world. The reason this is so much misery and bitterness, because a lot of people feel that no one understands me. But if we allow people to open up, then the very person that you think would understand you may be the one that does. You know what? You know this hit home. I'm glad the spirit is like really hitting me with something. Like a lot of times the reason that people become rebellious, especially more than ever in this world, like people become rebellious because they can't get their way. It's they trying they can't get their way with society. They trying so hard to be accepted by society, you know, and that I'm homosexual because of all the people that I dated, and I reject, you know, I'm using the excuses, right? Or I don't believe in God because I didn't pray several different prayers and it hadn't been answered in the timely frame that I wanted to be answered, or I chose to be rebellious. So I mean, whatever. It's just so many excuses that involve a person want to be embraced by society, and it's basically throwing a fit because, hey, because the society want to accept me or don't like me, then I'm finna be a bad person. I'm finna be a rebellious bad person because people won't accept me for who I am. And it's like it don't have to be this way because what does it matter? But the thing you should have the most dignity about and have the most pride about, if you know you doing things the right way, if you know you're a good person, if you know you're not being malicious and deceitful and like to use and abuse people, if you know you're doing it the right way, it doesn't matter about people's acceptance of you. It doesn't matter about people's approval because if you're a believer, as long as the Most High accepts you, as long as our Heavenly Father accepts us, and as long as you continue to see blessings in your life or favor is steady coming in your life, even though occasionally you have to battle against haters, those demons that's battling against that angel in you, because Christ said, "He who abides in me, I also shall abide in him." John 15:7, and whatsoever he shall ask shall be given unto him or her. But you know, the scripture always says him. So we not gonna get into that. But him or her, of course. So, but just sharing a little believer inspiration there. So basically keep your heads up. Like I said, I'm just doing some elaborating to kind of help people out, to let people know, of course, you the subscribers, my family and YouTube friends or whatnot. I always been aware, I always understood, and I just sat back, observed, and I let people do their thing. But the work is plentiful, as it says in the scripture, the harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. Well, as you can see, there's a lot of people need help, and they don't need help just financially. It's a lot of people need help spiritually and mentally. And if these people who are bitter and who are miserable don't have preconceived notions about people and allow that kindness to come out, give that person an opportunity to reveal their kindness and their goodness, they will see that the treasure that they was looking for was right under their nose. So I understand, brothers and sisters. Believe me, I do. That's why I'm sharing this. Yeah, you're not giving that opportunity. Like I said, this is one of the biggest topics that I remember discussing with a lot of people. I said a lot of people are not given an opportunity to be kind and good. The other thing is people are lazy now about trying to get to know a person. You know, we don't want to research. We don't want to do homework, and we don't want to ask. We just want to judge. Just stick a label on it, and just simply judge. So, you know what? I'm not going to get on the inside. I'm not going to see who this person is or who they really about. I'm not going to question. I'm not going to research or investigate. I'm just simply throw a label on it. This is what it is, and I'm done with it. Is that fair? Of course not. But this is what society has come to. So much laziness, so much judging, and you don't know it all because you didn't create it all. But some have so many principles have been forgotten, that it still applies to this day. So many principles. So this whole, man, he always stay to himself because he funny acting. That's why I stay to myself. I thought maybe because I was private, maybe I was introverted, you know, maybe if you have a conversation with me and I feel I can trust you to get to know me, then I will open up more. Same thing. Some people, you have to build up trust in order to get to know them because they are valuable and they don't want their kindness wasted. It's just like a $500 bottle of wine. You don't want to pour out a glass to someone who has a hole in the bottom of that wine cup. That goes with reference to Christ saying, pouring new wine in old wineskins. It ain't gonna do nothing but lead to the ground. But you don't want to cast pearls before swine. You don't want to show kindness to those who gonna waste it, because kindness is valuable. Remember that. Your kindness is valuable. Now you got some kindness that's manipulative with strings attached. That's not kindness, that's manipulation. But true kindness, that's of God, and genuine kindness has value, and it shouldn't be wasted on anyone. And in order to receive the full benefits of it, a person has to be trusted. Because nobody wants their goodness and their kindness wasted when it's so much value to it. So, But I'm going to leave it on that note. Go ahead and go because I have some Sunday chores to do. And hopefully y'all continue to enjoy the blessings I share, the messages I share. And stay encouraged, because I know times right now to many is very confusing, because the stuff that's going on is like, oh, this happened, this happened, this happened. Only thing is revealing is no matter how much people try to lie and try to push God to the side and act like he doesn't exist, and it's a big, huge fairy tale. All the events that's happening proves that it's not. Peace be unto you. Christ for life.